Good morning. Welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, Lo-Fi Monk. And if you're listening to the podcast, we do this live every Monday morning and Friday night. And be sure to check the description for a link to the YouTube channel and come join us live. Jump into the audience. And if you're in the audience, you can listen to the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, all over the place. Check out the Anchor link down in the description below. And if you're in the chat or if you're watching, appreciate everybody for joining us. Good morning to you. If you're working and lurking, thank you for popping in and listening. Lots to be talked about. We've got the GOW release. New games are in the cloud and the Stadia refund. So let's just jump straight to that because I know SPG, you got limited time. Let's talk about this refund.
Yeah, man. The refunds have started.
You've already got yours, right?
Out. Yeah, absolutely. I've got most of my refund. A lot of refunds, at least here in the United States, have started to roll out to people. And some people on Twitter have lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. So first and foremost, the way the refunds are supposed to work is they're going to go through your log of all your purchases, and they're going to try to refund them back to the funding source. So if you paid cash, you're going to get cash back. If you did what I did, because I'm cheap and I wanted all my games like as cheap as possible, I would do surveys through Google Surveys, and I would collect 15 cents here, 20 cents there, $1 here, and then I would get like $30 towards a game or a purchase, and then I would buy Google Play credits to finish the purchase of that game. So I got a whole bunch of Google Play credits back because it's my own fault. That was the original funding source. I bought into the ecosystem, so that's what I got back. But I also purchased a whole bunch of games off of my credit card. All of those purchases have been refunded and have gone back to my bank and are in my account right now. Now, But the sad part about it is this. There's a few things that Google didn't let everybody know about. One of them is the declined transactions. So I have a credit card that has like 8 purchases plus a hardware purchase on a card that's no longer available. It's dead. So they tried to send the refund back to the card and it came back declined. So that freaked a whole lot of people out. How am I getting my money? I'm supposed to get an email, this and that. Well, what Google is most likely doing is they're doing all the bulk refunds that go through. Then they're circling back when they do the hardware refunds because they haven't even made it to those yet. When they make it back to the hardware refunds, they're going to send out the emails then for the decline charges and ask you where you'd like your money to go. Now, on the Play Points side, I got a bunch of refunds back into the Play Store, and my Play Points went crazy. I was in the negative. Like, I don't know if you understand how Play Points work, but yeah. So all the little surveys I did, I would turn in Play Points for actual Google Play credits. I did that a whole bunch. And when I got my bulk refund, it totally borked my my Play credit points. So, but here's the other thing. They didn't explain that was going to happen. Now they're working on the back end to fix that, the visual glitch there for the being in the negative. But if you spend that money, it goes away. It corrects itself. Like if you're worried about Play Points and how you're going to spend your Play Points when you get them, or your Play credits, I mean, let me tell you what I did. I was paying for HBO Max. I was paying monthly. If you pay HBO Max monthly, you pay $180 a year. If you pay yearly, it's $150. So what I did is I started a new account with my Gmail, and I paid for a year with Google Play credits. So I'm going to save $180 this year, still have HBO Max, and I get to save that cost monthly. I did the exact same thing with Disney Plus. So I got a year of that with the credits. I went on to Discord. I went on to Discord, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but if you are involved in a Discord, you can boost the server to where in your general chat, if you're in there with video and you're chatting with friends, you can go up to 1080p, have good audio, and stream your games right in there and have it be a hangout rather than an actual game stream.
It allows higher resolution video uploads and such as well, which is very useful.
Yes,
and a bunch of other cool features.
It's really cool.
There's some really cool features attached as well. Some really cool community building features. Just a lot of things you can do with it. But
absolutely. And how I purchased it is I couldn't go on there and buy it with my Google Play credits. It wanted my my PayPal, but there's a workaround. If you have access to a desktop or desktop mode on your phone, if you switch it to that, you can go and gift it. You can gift Nitro, and all it does is give you a gift serial number. And what you can do is take that serial number and claim it yourself in Discord. So I purchased a year of Nitro, and I boosted Ray Sherrod's server, and I boosted Jeff Janak's server because I don't have my own Discord. And now they have access to the high quality audio, video, the higher meg uploads, all that cool, stuff. So I did that as well. Now I did purchase a Google Play movie, and this is my experience with that. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason I say that is this: Google Play Movies locks you into Google Play. As example, I have a new Samsung TV that has all the apps built in. I don't need my Shield anymore. Okay. Well, it does not have, it's own ecosystem. It's Android TV, but it's not connected to Google. So
it's not built on Android, actually. The Samsung is built on its own operating system called Tizen, which is what they used to use with their watches as well.
Gotcha. So when you go to, even though there's a Chromecast built in, you can cast to that TV. If you open up Google Play Movies on your phone and you go to cast, it only shows my Shield. It does not show my TV. So I immediately was turned off by that, and I'm not going to be investing in Google Play Movies because of it.
The rest of us who have actual Android TVs, no issue.
No issue.
Just those fools who bought a Samsung.
That sucks.
It's all about the ecosystem that you invest in. Just like the credits. If you were a cheapskate like myself, you're not getting cash back. You're getting credits back, but it still
and many of us were
benefit you. Yeah, and a lot of us were cheap. So what I'm saying is there is uses for this stuff. Discord for Nitro, HBO Max. There's things that you can purchase through this. I wouldn't recommend buying the movies at all, but all my purchases have went back to my bank or have came back the way I purchased it through Google Play. The hardware purchases have not come through, and all the declines that I got like 8 declines of like $60 games. Those I have not gotten an email, but
they are due to be addressed before January 18th.
Yes.
Is the plan.
Yes,
well,
before January, you're going to get an email.
The refund page, right? And they took a word hardware for refunds right now, and they said hardware would be addressed before January 18th, but they're just refunding software right now. No hardware is being refunded.
Right. Yes.
So the hardware process hasn't even begun yet.
Correct. So
no, it's harder to do. So it's going to take longer.
When they get to the hardware side, they're going to circle back to all the declines. And they're going to send you an email and ask you where you want your money to go. Your play points, they do get corrected after you spend the money that was put back in your account. Now, one more thing. For the people that were freaking out about the time frame they're giving you to spend your money, that isn't how it works either. If you got a credit, a 10 cent, a 50 cent, or $1 from this survey thing, they did give you a time limit to spend it. They said, hey, and by this time next year or this time in 8 months, whatever it is, it's going to be gone. You got to spend it by then, okay? That is how it works. So when you get that bulk refund back, a bunch of that money is shown to be expiring by a certain date. It's not the whole amount. It's whatever the free money that was available that's coming up to expire. Now, if you just spend it, it's no big deal, but that's why it's showing that you have a time limit. It's because you did do a survey. That's some of the free promotional money that was put in your account that always had a time limit on it.
Yeah.
So the time limit never reverted. It's always had the same one. And when you've been refunded these tokens, say it's already expired, you may have been refunded those tokens, but they're also expired tokens, so it won't have balanced out on your account that you've got the whole thing.
Correct.
You'll have got anything that you are entitled to, though, and anything that you haven't got that you're entitled to is just so far either a mess up or they haven't gotten round to it yet. Right now, there is no real reason to be panicking yet.
Right. Well, Ray Sherrod is in the exact same boat I am. Even worse, he's got way more purchases that have been declined on the refund because the bank no longer has the account. The routing number goes nowhere, so it was declined. He's waiting for his email to get another, like $800 from them. I'm waiting on an email so that I can get another like $400 from them.
Yeah, but for Ray,
I'm still waiting to get anything.
Yeah.
That's because he started using his wife's card. If he just stuck to his own card, maybe he'd get his refunds back in order. But no, he did the old swap. So karma's hitting you, Ray.
Can I just ask, though, on this
karma.
panel and in this chat, who has got their refunds or some of their refund back so far?
I have. I got everything back except hardware and except for the declines.
Mm-hmm.
I've received nothing so far, but I had an email about, when they first announced it, I got an email 2 days later saying you'll get it in January. So I'm not expecting mine till January anyway.
I
people just read the
I received
emails,
one
read the
email when they
information.
first. I received one email when Stadia was shut down, and they said that everything will eventually all come back. But I've had no emails or refunds since. But until January 18th, I've got no reason to be stressed.
Well, here's the thing. N7, he has got no refund. He lives in the U.S. They're not going alphabetical, man. I don't know how they're doing this stuff because my name is William Piper, WP. I'm at the far end, man. So I don't know.
I think they must be doing it chronological on like things bought. But to be honest, it's no rhyme or reason. It seems that they're not even talking to Canadians or people from outside of America. So not too sure how they're approaching it.
Yeah. But for everybody
we
that's out on
got
Twitter,
told to not contact customer service, which was great. It's like, US can contact, but Europe, don't bother.
Yeah, so basically everyone out on Twitter that's running around like their hair's on fire, just relax. The refunds are being processed, and they are being processed in an efficient manner. But if your original funding source is gone, you're going to run into a little issue, and you're going to have to wait longer for your return. And if you invested in play credits to finish buying games, you can't be pissed off at anyone except yourself. Trust me, I'm mad at me. If I would have just spent that money in cash, I'd be getting the cash back. But like I said, I shared with you guys a few workarounds for ways to spend your credits and get the most out of them. Nitro is a great feature if you spend a lot of time on Discord. HBO Max is expensive as hell, and you can get rid of your monthly payment. Disney Plus isn't expensive, but you could pay for a year of that. There's a whole bunch of ways you can spend your hard-earned credits that you get back. So no reason to freak out yet.
By anything listed into Google Play Credit by your own voucher, say you bought an extra £10 or £20 or $10 or $20 worth of Google Play credits, that doesn't have an expiry, correct?
Say that again, Wilson. Yeah, the funds that you get back that aren't connected to any kind of free funds that they put in your account. Yeah, you don't have any time limit for that. It's the same as if you got a $60 gift card from your grandmother for Christmas, and you go put it in there. There's not going to be, hey, you got to spend this by this time, or you lose it. It doesn't work that way. The only
gift card is a great analogy. A gift card is a really good analogy, actually, because it locks you in. Say you've got a gift card for a specific thing. This is Google Play credit, so it's like it was a gift card, and it doesn't have an expiry as such, but it's a limited amount. That
has an expiry. This is something that so many people
disregarding the expiry part. What I'm saying is it's a good comparison in the fact that you're locked into it just being Google Play, but that is still going to come back. You've still got that total amount.
Well,
you paid it that way, you're getting it back that way. Stop complaining.
Yeah, basically. N7 asks, what if the card is linked to the bank account, but the card is no longer good? That is a good question. You'd have to call your bank. Ray had a card and an account that was closed. He didn't have the account anymore at all that the card was linked to, and they told him you're SOL.
Well, the scientist, he posted that he had a credit card that expired, and Google refunded the credit card the new expiry date. So his card expired. Boom, he got his refund on the new card.
If it is, yes.
So his account was refunded rather than the card. The account was refunded. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is he had the card and it went outdated. He got the same card with the same number, with the new number on the back and the new expiration date, and it went through. Yeah, because it's the same card.
Yeah, correct.
Same bank account, same routing numbers. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the account that got the refund. It's not the card itself. It's the account that gets the refund. So if the account doesn't change, then it doesn't matter if you've expired card or whatever. It'll still go back to the same account.
Well, what I would say at that point is it's up to your bank how they do things.
Yeah, and we've got much different rules over here in Europe and the UK than they've got in America and Canada, so it might not work over here just due to our setup.
Now, the harder question is going to be what happens to like raise 3 American Express gift cards that were used. There's no way to send that money back to those cards, but maybe that will be in the email, Ray, when they say, hey, these were declined. Where do you want the money? You know?
Is that the money you were referring to?
That is what they have said. Sorry, Lo-Fi?
Is that the money you were referring to when you said he was SOL?
No. He actually had a card that was linked to an account he didn't have anymore. And he called the bank and they said, yeah, no, we can't turn that card on or reactivate the account just for a refund. They couldn't do it. Yeah,
it's not the bank's responsibility at that point.
Right.
It's down to the provider
to sending the money. Yeah,
they need to communicate with the buyer, the payer, whoever they are,
all that said,
and organize a different way back.
And that is exactly
all that said,
what they told
in Google's refund blog post, though, they did say anything that they struggled to get back to the original payment, they are going to attempt to find an alternate payment source for you. So, do not stress if that's the issue. It will cause an extra stress, but it's still the process is still gonna happen.
Well, I've done the
don't
math.
call customer service.
I've done the math. They did not get those declines and then dump that into my play credits. That's not what's happening. You're getting back the money the way you paid, and if they can't, they're going to reach out to you. When, I don't know, but it's very early, and it's all the way till January 18th or whatever. So relax.
They've only just begun the refund process. They haven't intended to say that all the refunds are going through now. They've just said that they've begun the process. So if you've not seen a cent of it yet, don't worry. Don't expect to.
Yep. And I have to drop out, Lo-Fi. Thanks for inviting me on, man. But everyone,
man, thanks so much
relax.
for coming on. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. But yeah, thank you so much.
Panic, everyone! If you don't have your refund, panic. All right, I want up in arms. I want tiki torch.
Everything.
We need it yesterday.
Fire.
Pitchforks.
Tag Google down.
Hey, Ray is assuming the position, and he wants the rest of us to do so.
So yeah, man.
You're getting your prostate checked there, Ray.
By an Italian doctor with very large hands.
Yeah, as N7 says, if he gets a small amount of money, he's happy. Google didn't have to do any of this. We signed a waiver that said we could get it back. We probably won't get it back. So the fact they're doing anything, think yourselves lucky.
Well, actually, I think the waiver said that we probably will, but that they don't have to. But that but regardless, it was said that we're not promised anything, we're not owed anything. As you say, we signed a waiver. That's in the modern day world. You sign away your rights very instantly when you sign up to a service, and you expect that. Right. You have to expect that.
Yeah.
Just steal it. I mean, get it some other totally legal way.
So yeah, man. God of War.
Oh my days.
Oh.
God of War.
Thor is a dick. Which one is about that?
So, let me put some backstory on this. The Norse gods are assholes. Like, if you
how deep are we getting here?
We're not going to go into spoiler territory, but this is over 1,000 years old, this story. So if you don't know what's going on, where have you been? So it's based around the Norse myth of Ragnarok. Ragnarok is the end of the gods and all of the 9 realms. I went into this knowing this story pretty well. I've read Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. It sits on my bedside. It's a bit of a comfort read for me. I really enjoy reading it. But none of the Norse gods are good people. None of the Greek gods, like in the previous saga of Kratos, are good people. That they're vile, cretinous excuses for gods, and even worse excuses for humanity. And so people going like, Thor's not nice. It's like, yeah, he's not been prettied up for the MCU here. This is the actual real version of him. As Mamiya says, a big fat dobber. And strong as hell to boot. So yeah, people are being quite shocked by it so far, and I'm about 16 to 17 hours in. I'm probably about halfway through the story because I keep getting lost on side quests and what have you, and I am loving every second of it. It honors the mythology really, really well, and knowing what's coming and seeing the twists and turns, especially with Loki not being in the position he's in the myths, because Loki is, spoilers for 2018 if you've not read it, mute the stream for 12 seconds now. I'm giving you this warning. Loki is Atreus in the God of War games. He is Kratos' son. So he's not in the position he should be in the myths, which is why there are changes. That's why Baldur is still alive rather than being dead and remembered fondly. He becomes this twisted, corrupt version of himself. It's why Odin and Thor are different, why Tyr isn't dead, why Tyr has 2 arms and all this sort of stuff. Loki is the catalyst of change in the Norse mythology. So I like the way they're taking that ethos of what that character is, the catalyst of change, and pushing it forward in their own way because of how they've made this character. It's really, really interesting. Like I say, I'm halfway through. The people I know who finished it have messaged me and saying one of the responses was, in terms of story, nothing comes close.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So storyline and all that aside, what are your, like, just game wise, just gameplay, look, feel, what were your first impressions?
My first impressions were, it's going to sound really bad when I say this, but this isn't a slight at all. Been there, done that. It played, when I first picked it up, exactly as I remembered 2018 playing. I've been playing 2018 on stream on Give Me God of War mode, the hardest mode possible, and it felt exactly like 2018. But as you progress, as you get further through the game, it opens up, it changes quite drastically. New mechanics come in, new twists on those original mechanics come in. Things like the user interface is far better, much easier than what we had in the 2018 game. I'm very, very impressed so far, especially when you consider this is all a single camera shot. There are no cuts, there are no smash cuts, there's no changes. It's all one camera, one shot the whole way through. It's one seamless camera movement, start to finish. And the way it does some changes, the way it interacts and what have you, beautiful, amazing, stunning writing and direction. The acting is other level, and the gameplay, the moment it starts to evolve over what you know, is, I have no words. I'm halfway through and I can't see how Elden Ring can compete. There's not a single bug available. There are no frame drops. There's no screen tearing. There's been one patch, and that was to change a little bit of balancing on day one, because they found once it went out to reviewers that some of the balance was a little bit wrong. And sometimes you don't know until it goes to scale whether it's right or wrong for your release. And so they did that one little patch, and I have seen no problems whatsoever. It's super quick at loading. It's solid 60 frames a second or 120 frames per second if you choose to do that on a home console. Let's not forget here, a £450 home console is doing 120 frames per second in dynamic 4K. It's a stunning technological achievement, and to then be paired with super solid, stunning, beautiful, intuitive gameplay, punishing if you get it wrong, very, very rewarding if you get it right, and a story that no one this year has matched. I don't see how anything can compete with it for Game of the Year. What about you, Rudigs? You're playing it as well, mate.
Well, yeah, I'm playing it as well. I'm about 3 hours into it. I'm taking it also not on the Give Me God of War, but I did go to hard mode, give myself a bit of a challenge. Now,
Give me no mercy, yeah.
Yeah, I did not play 2018. My last God of War was the very first one, where he like had to have sex with all these hookers to get help. I'm pretty sure
we've all been there.
Removed that from the game.
The sex mini game is gone, yes.
So the experience I'm having in gameplay is like nothing I've ever seen before. I mean, it's bigger than life. The third person, they've like completely changed it. These bosses are huge. They have massive character personalities. Your fights go on for phase after phase after phase, like completely different from what I thought Elden Ring gave me. The story, I'm completely blown away. I believe in the first 20 minutes of the game, I'm sitting there crying my eyes out on stream because of what's going on. Hannah looks over to the screen. She starts to cry. It's like it pulls you in with the emotions. They have writing on point. Game mechanics are really fun. You're blowing things up. You're throwing an axe. You're whipping it some chains out of the ground. There's so many different attack variations. You control the little boy as well. So the game mechanics are constantly keeping you fresh, alive, moving. The intense difficulty had me smashed a bit. Oh my gosh, the bear fight. I had no idea what was going to happen at the bear, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but I'm just floored. I'm sitting there with my jaw dropped open after that fight scene, just thinking like, wow, what great writing, great like immersion into this. I'm absolutely enjoying it. The only thing that I hate is the extra noise my PS5 makes because it's spinning a disc. I would have never got a physical version if it didn't come with the actual PS5 itself. And the other thing I will say, it's not just the console, because I do not have access to 120 FPS because my monitor is not HDMI 2.1. So you do need a nice monitor to be able to get you that 120 FPS.
Sure.
But the 4K does look nice. But
I'll say this as well.
Sonic Frontiers Game of the Year.
Real quick, before we go, I just want to say thanks to SPG for joining us and talking to us earlier. And be sure to check out SPG's YouTube channel. He's going to be doing a Halo Infinite co-stream with a bunch of our friends. So go check that out if you're into, especially
including myself.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody else disappointed with Halo Infinite, or is that just me?
I think it's a mixed bag. I think it's a mixed bag.
I'm 2 hours into it and I'm loving it, but I haven't played Halo in years.
Yeah.
So I asked Nads to play because I know he's a huge Halo fan as well. He said, it's not even worth it. The co-op is so janky and broken. He's waiting for an update. So I'm like, damn, if he's saying that. And so I'm curious. I mean, I hear you guys are playing along, but the one time I tried to jump in and hear what you guys were doing, it was like a 20-minute fest of trying to connect and get into the same spot. It seemed horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I've not played the co-op side of it because it's only launching now, a year after release. So, well designed there, 343. But even playing it solo and multiplayer, like when it launched in 2021, something was missing. You know when something's good? You know when it's okay, but it's not what it was? If that makes any form of sense to anybody.
Maybe
as N7 says, you've got the original trilogy from Bungie, and Bungie are the masters of the first-person shooter. If you want to get the best possible experience in a first-person shooter, pick up a Bungie title. And then you have the story across those 3 games. And then 343 came in. 4 was okay, very different. Everything was a bit bullet spongy. It wasn't well designed in that regard to give you a bit of a challenge. It was oh, everything's just got a shed ton more health. 5 was god awful. We don't talk about 5. It did not exist, except I did like the story setup.
I felt like
it
lost all its depth after Bungie.
Yeah, I think that's it, because you went from 5, where Cortana's meant to be this horrific threat, to that all gets resolved off screen before Infinite starts. What the hell, 343? We were meant to save the universe, not have it resolved in between games.
I'm going to hold my opinion because I've just started Infinite last week with SBG. We're going to be playing it later today in about 2.5 hours, I believe. And I've also, because I've been missing out the Halo games for years, just started replaying them from scratch using the Anniversary Edition.
Yeah.
So I haven't played. I played them all the way up to 3 into Reach, but I didn't go any further than that. I've not played 4. I haven't played 5 either. I haven't played Halo Wars 2. So I'm going through the whole thing again and reliving it, swapping between the graphics to get a bit of nostalgia and see what they've done with the remaster. And I'm loving the old Halos. So give me a week or two to hammer through them, and then I'll compare them to Infinite, because I'll put a few hours into Infinite as well.
I think my problem with Infinite is it was sold as this live service game. It was sold as this persistent Halo experience, and it launched a year ago, and we're on the 2nd season, which is lasting until March next year. A 9-month game season. Fortnite hasn't done that. Destiny has done a 6-month season because they delayed something. It's terrible. There's nothing live service about it. And it's like, yeah, you're going to get more Halo experiences, more Halo DLC, more Halo story as it goes. You're going to get so much Master Chief. We've only just got co-op, bro.
That's a very, very fair point. That is... trying to say they're being... For what they're bringing out, it's not impressive. Especially if you're going to compare it to something like a God of War Ragnarok, which obviously that's not a live service game, but it's a flagship of Sony, and this is meant to be a flagship of Microsoft. And comparing the two, you can see a lot more love for Ragnarok.
It's because Ragnarok's a complete experience. You know what you've got in that box. Hey, Yvette. You know what you've got in the box with Ragnarok is what you've got. You know there's no DLC coming. It's a complete story. So you buy into that, you're getting everything. It's like gaming used to be. You get the whole experience in one fell swoop. You know it's made by one of the best studios out there, so bugs, glitches, and issues are going to be minimal. Like I say, I've got 17 hours in the game. I've not experienced anything wrong with it yet. At all. And I keep switching between all the modes and what have you.
When did it come out? When did it come out?
One sec.
Last week.
I just dropped a link in chat. I just pinned it. If you'd like to join the conversation, click the link, jump into the studio with us. You don't have to show your face or anything like that. You can hang out with us. And anyway, so you guys were saying, I just wanted to let everybody know what was going on.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference for me. It's one has been finished before being released. The other was released before being finished. And it leaves a sour taste when you're basically alpha testing a game at full price.
But it's sad to say that's almost the standard for a lot of games now, isn't it? Or not the standard, but it's very much, the standard's becoming the typical way games are released, and it's sad because it's just not the full experience. It's not what us gamers want when we're waiting for, we're waiting for a big title to come, and we've got all these expectations, and they've done all this advertisement saying you've got this new next-gen game, and then it's half-baked. We're the gerbils.
Yeah. Ray, it's
this seems like a good time to bring this up, guys. Look at this.
Go for it.
Let me share my screen with you guys real quick. Let me see. Let's talk about this, guys. Look, I need your thoughts.
N7 gave... Oh, sorry. 4 out of 10 on that Halo.
What do you think about this?
I can understand that. Take mobile gaming to your PC. It's been coming for a long while, and we've got it anyway. We've got Genshin Impact, we've got Asphalt 9, we've had a load of mobile games ported to PC previously. But over the last few...
This is Google Play on PC.
Yeah. Over the last few generations, phones and PCs have been getting closer and closer together. If you've got a Windows PC right now, you can connect your Android phone to it and control your phone completely from your PC. You can play the games on there, you can send text messages, make phone calls, you can even video chat using your PC's hardware. This was not far off happening already. It's just one of those things where they make it native.
Morning.
Morning, Vet.
What's going on? I saw you brought up the game, the what was that? The Google's latest endeavor into gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Google Play.
It's a beta, but I can guarantee you it's dead on arrival. I've already looked into it.
Tell me how you really feel about it.
Besides the fact that you have to have a pretty hefty PC to even use it, because you have to have an SSD drive, you have to have very specific requirements to even test that thing, and the games on it, looking at them, are most of them I would rather just play on my phone if I was going to get into any of that stuff.
I think that's going to be the thing for most of them. As you say, they're designed for a phone screen. They're designed for a flat touch screen.
Yeah, they're not the best games on there. Like, if they had opened up the whole thing, it would have been different. But the fact that you've got to select games, it's extremely you're limiting the reach of people. That you need an SSD drive to even play the stuff. You need a very high-end PC to play low-end mobile games. Is ridiculous. Which is why I posted on Twitter that it's dead on arrival.
I don't think it'll be dead on arrival, and most people are going to have an SSD anyway. The SSD does make sense because most phones use UFS 5 storage anyway, or UFS 4. So that makes perfect sense because they're designed around that architecture. So that's not so much a problem for me, and anybody who's got a PC that's going to be capable of handling these things has either got an SSD or an M.2 drive. So they're not going to have that issue. It's not going to be a situation that people are going to encounter. What did they say graphically was required in terms of like processor and graphics cards?
Hold on, let me see if I can look it up again. I honestly don't remember. I installed it and then I looked at the games, and then it's just sitting there wasting.
Yeah, I thought maybe that it might be a good move if you're like trying to stream mobile games. It might be easier or better for production as far as like using OBS, but I don't know how it is to use these games with just a mouse.
Yeah, so you need at least Windows 10. You need a solid state drive with 10 gig of available storage space right off the bat, 8 gig RAM, gaming class GPU, 8-core CPU, and hardware.
So basically, you're installing an operating system inside of Windows.
Yeah, and they're requiring you to enable hardware virtualization. Like, that automatically has to be installed. And
so can I ask, who is this meant to benefit? Because it sounds like people who can already use it the capacity to game PC game. So who is it meant to benefit? What's the service meant to be for?
Those stats are not PC gaming stats. You could maybe play The Sims on those stats. You can run Call of Duty on that.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know who it's geared for. I really don't. But what I don't like about it is that,
especially after coming out of cloud gaming.
Well, and I'm not concerned about the SSD. That's not a big deal. The memory, I mean, I don't know any computer that has the minimum 8 gig RAM. That's a non-issue nowadays. Everything is 16 or higher. The issue that I have is that you have to have a Windows admin account, and you have to have hardware virtualization turned on. Like, they will force you to turn that on, and I noticed that because it will. That means
you have to go into your BIOS, right?
Yep. Or it tries to do it for you, which is why it wants you to have you have to have hypervisor or a bunch of other shit turned on, and the general consumer is not going to know how to do any of that stuff.
No, it's going to be your emulators, the guys who are running Pokemon Nuzlocke and randomizers and such, that are going to know how to do that.
Right, and they don't even have that stuff offered. That's like sorry, I just saw you highlight my Twitter blue check mark with Xbox. I know it's a joke, but please, for the love of God, nobody take me serious on that one.
Elon sees it.
To be fair, though, it wouldn't. You know what? It wouldn't shock me if I saw that pop up on Twitter.
Right.
This moment in time, the amount of stuff he's thrown out in the last week, nothing would surprise me. They're going bankrupt. They're billions in the bank.
They just fired 4,500 people last night via, and didn't even tell them. The only reason these people knew is they were locked out of their accounts. That's how they found out.
But the other 4,500 people he fired last week, he's tried to hire them back. Because he can't do the job without them.
Well, they were fired over some ethical grounds, though, wasn't it? Wasn't that to do with some type of data stuff, or am I incorrect there?
What data stuff? He'd happily leak all of your data to anybody if he got a payday from it.
He's literally scanning people.
I could be getting this wrong, but I could be getting this wrong, but I believe when he fired people last week, it was a bunch of engineers and whatnot and techies, and he'd asked them to do extra, like not data leaking or anything like that, like nothing that actually breaks the law, but do more data.
That was 8 years ago, mate. That was long before Musk.
Rouster, the hypervisor, those are admin features. Those are features that you typically, the general consumer is not going to install have that enabled in Windows. Windows 10, Windows 11, they don't even have those default enabled. Those are normally Microsoft doesn't even recommend you turning that on, which is why it baffles me that Google is forcing you to turn those on to test their crap.
Yeah.
The Twitter thing, they canned 4,400 of its 5,500 contract employees this morning. The cuts were expected to have significant impact to content moderation and the core infrastructure services that keep the Twitter up and running. So, that made sense. Let's just continue demolishing this. Like, to me, what it looks like Musk is doing is he's canning people left and right to scrap the whole system, to just get rid of Twitter altogether. It's
a financial deathbed for him. He needs to get rid of it. And I didn't think in January that in this year, 2022, we would be saying goodbye to both Stadia and Twitter. Yet here we are.
This is crazy.
In 2023, say goodbye to Luna as well, and I'm prophet of doom.
I mean,
make sure to join my Discord.
You know what? But maybe Google will resurrect Google Plus and kill it off, just like they did the last time.
I liked Google Plus because it was different. It wasn't like anything else. Like everything else is a bit of a clone. And I liked Google Plus, but same issue.
People were up in arms
traction,
because there was like the plus button, the plus one or whatever. What was it? The plus button, I think.
It was
but it was in search.
But the thing is, with Google Plus, that was the early days of social media. Like with that kind, they were trying to compete with Facebook and all of these things. You didn't have a thing like Twitter, who has such a big outreach and now is literally just a giant dumpster fire waiting to. The flames are just fizzling out before it finally shuts down.
When the man who made Twitter famous by tweeting his entire experience of being stuck in a lift with 32 other people leaves the platform because of what Musk is doing to it, it's got problems. Like when Stephen Fry leaves Twitter, Twitter's dead.
Yeah. It's been dead for a while, honestly. It's just now everybody's seeing what it's really become after one person buys it out.
Twitch, though, like what was it? A month ago, everybody said it was a dumpster fire, and it's dead.
It still is. It still is.
I had this. So I was live streaming. I was co-streaming with Ghostrat's Cloud Gaming last night, and I said live that Twitch is basically, and it sounds awful, but Twitch is basically what like Cinemax was in the late 90s, early 2000s, the late night Cinemax. For those that are old enough to remember what that was.
Yeah.
Wilson, you're too young. You wouldn't understand what we're talking about.
I really don't. I'll be honest. I don't.
It really is.
Wilson, it's okay. This one's a cultural thing, man. We had better stuff over here.
We would call it.
It was
Thank you,
Cinemax.
It's okay, Wilson. I don't even know what they're talking about.
And he's in the same continent.
So there's this channel called Cinemax, and we would call it Skinemax because it would always have like nudity.
Yeah. It wasn't the best. I mean, it's basically what Twitch has become. But no, like I was talking to Dr. Spaceman about how bad Twitter has become. It's made, to me, watching this just disaster unfold has made like Zuckerberg look like an angel. Like, and I never thought I'd see the day that Facebook and Zuckerberg would be a better place than what Twitter has become in just a matter of like, which is crazy.
This is the thing, like, as you're saying, no one ever thought that, especially with this whole metaverse thing that he's doing. But in the last month, the announcement of having legs in the metaverse is much more positive than anything else that has happened in social media.
What?
Oh, you've got legs now!
But do you know so look what happened though. Like, everybody what was the big thing? Like, Facebook was laying off people, or Meta, whatever the hell they're called. They were laying off people, and now all of that, everything else doesn't matter anymore because of how bad Twitter has become in just like a week. A week's time.
It's
Twitter is like.
Don't get me wrong. Like, Facebook is still a cesspit, like you say. It's not got better. It's just everything else has got worse.
I'm under a metaversal rock. What is this you're talking about bloody legs being news?
Virtual reality, the VR stuff.
All right, let me put it in words you might understand. Do you know Sword Art Online, Wilson?
I've heard of it. What is it? Explain vaguely.
Oh my god.
That
was meant to be an easy route in. Never mind.
Where everybody's avatars don't have legs, and then like there was an update where they got legs.
They got legs. Yeah. Basically, virtual reality. You are your avatar. You know, like your me person thing.
Yeah.
They're cute. They don't look properly like you. Same idea in Meta, but now they've got legs, baby, and that's the big news of the week. That's positive. That's the positive news of the week.
And how sad is that that's the positive news?
$75 billion.
How sad is it that we've gotten to the point where we are all like, you know what? That's good news. Good job, Facebook. You guys are doing a good job here. Because Twitter has essentially just turned into a firestorm of garbage.
But they still don't have wheelchairs, which, you know, we'll give you all legs, but for those of you who don't have legs in real life, sucks to be you. That didn't go down.
Wait,
wait. Time.
They've been very ableist with this. Very ableist.
Okay, was that a tweet from Elon Musk? Because I feel like that's something he would have done.
No, it was part of a response to the metaverse announcement about legs. It's like, do we get like the mobility scooters? Do we get the wheelchairs and all this sort of stuff? Oh no. It was just a straight no. It wasn't anymore. It wasn't elaborated on. Like, oh, they're coming down the line. They're harder to code and what have you. Just a straight no. Like, wow. That's still classed as the best news of the week.
I don't know, on what he could have responded with, I feel like that was probably his safest thing. Like, he could have said, no, the VR space is for able-bodied people. That would not have gone over well.
No, that would have been like, that would have not been very...
Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the light.
Has he been smoking something so long that it's fried him?
Share this with your friends. What was that, Dorgon?
Has Zuckerberg been smoking something so long that it's just completely fried him? Because everything he says seems like it's coming from made-up land.
I think it's called obsession.
It's not healthy.
He's obsessed.
I think he spends too much time with a toaster strapped to his face, guys. I don't know about you guys in VR gaming, but like I can't get into gaming with a toaster strapped to my face. I feel like it needs another like 5 to 10 years of development before it becomes really accessible and fun in the gaming world.
See, I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy nut, but this is on purpose, so you're a lot more willing to plug in. See, just plug in and just go into the metaverse without something on your head. You can just go in virtually. Put your consciousness up there.
GG on that game last night.
This might be the wrong show to be talking this about. This is probably the mothership type of talk.
You didn't like the Nintendo's version of the VR headset either? The big old piece of cardboard or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah,
People are
Mate,
freaked out.
I actually tried
Everybody
that.
was freaked out by 5G, and then
I tried that
now we
too.
walk around with these things strapped to our face.
Well, it's not just that. Like, Sword Art Online is this anime about this whole deep dive system. You go into the VR world, you play this RPG, but if you die in the game, you die in real life. You get trapped in there. You've got to beat the game to get out. You die in the game, you die in real life. Last week, somebody announced that they made this bloody headset so that if you died in the game, you died in real life. It's got 3 sodding knives on top of it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's an art
not
piece.
knives.
It's an art piece.
It's actually explosives. But he also did say it puts like 6 explosives, 3 on each side of your head, that are set to go off if you die in the game. Now, he did admit that he hasn't been willing to try it himself. I don't know why, though. You know, you can't.
That guy is bloody tweaked. He's tweaked. I don't want to call that art all you want. That is messed up, bro.
It's like, I love Sword Art Online. It's a great story, but you don't bring that stuff into the real world.
No.
I mean, like, why?
Just why?
What? Part of me is like, well, I guess if you were like the U.S. government, the CIA might use it for, interrogation methods and be like, oh, the prison systems might find use out of it for a form of execution. Hey guys,
if you could beat Elden Ring, you get your freedom.
But you could say, but y'all laugh. But the sad thing is, I could see somebody do it. The government, the way the U.S. government thinks.
Bro, in a messed up dystopian future, instead of getting the death penalty, you get this headset on, and if you beat it, you get a prison sentence instead. If you lose it, well, that's the death penalty out the way with. And it's not that unethical. I mean, you died anyway. That's your own.
Yeah, that's a Black Mirror script right there.
Bro,
it really is. The only downside is the game is give me God of War mode.
Oh my goodness. Just kill me now. Kill me now. Give me the final meal. And not a virtual one.
The world's gone mad.
Yeah, it's who knows, dude. I don't think I can.
Has anybody gotten their refunds? All of it completed, like actual real money, not Google Play store credit that you can only buy movies and music and books and shit. Like, I don't count that as a refund.
Disregarding his hardware, SPG has his full refund.
Yeah, it's America first, though.
Some people only use one form of payment method. There are others like me that are still waiting on about $1,300, and they have. Because I have 6 active cases trying to figure out where my money is. But they did tell me...
I've not got a penny, but I don't think you have either, do you, Dorrigan? It's not anywhere else other than America.
So...
It's only America so far, yeah.
They did tell me, though, that, in chat on Saturday, or whenever the hell it was, that I'm supposed to call my bank because the bank is holding my money. Even though, when I called the bank, they can't even find anything because I don't have an account there. So I'm not really sure I said, well, Google told me you guys are holding my money and I just have to ask you to give me my money back. And they're like, yeah, that's not how that works. And I was like, you mean I can't just call you guys
online scams right now. Contacting Stadia users. How to claim your Stadia refund. Give me your bank info and I'll send it over.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is like, but you see what they're like. It's not just me. I put out a fucking tweet storm between the 9th and the 12th to the point where I got tired of tweeting stuff out after a while. I was just bored with it now because they haven't done anything. And I realized it's literally all of the issues are located right here in the U.S. because if they have these kind of problems in Europe, it'll never happen. Like that, the European Union is going to rip Google to shreds.
I've been wondering, not to get political at all, but if us being separated from the European Union, Britain is going to have an effect on our refunds because the EU does help regulate
everything else.
Well, exactly.
To be fair, it is Google, so you're probably already it's probably already messed up. Going to be messed up.
It's fine. They just don't pay taxes to us for their UK headquarters. Fine. Why do they need to give us a refund?
No, they'll give you Google Play credit. Then they'll give you 2 weeks to use it all. so that way if you don't, they get their money back, and they're not liable in court when they get a class.
Paid it all by PayPal, mate. I was sensible.
So the thing is with the credits that have a time limit on it, those are credits they refunded you that you earned doing the.
I know, but
rewards.
There are people that have like $1,500 in credit.
In rewards from doing the little surveys?
I don't know. Somebody said they got $750 credited back, but it was Google Play credit. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who paid through the Google Play Store.
I saw his tweet where he had like a lot. He had like I think like $1,200 or something like that.
What do you do with $1,000 in that money?
Oh, like, yeah, I think I got the world's smallest violin.
But only 25.
Right over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, right. The thing is, I'm personally. I'd like to say this a lot on air and whatnot, but I don't like Google as much as a lot of people don't. I'm not a corporate lover, but let's stay sensible about it, right? If they screw anything up, they've still got a couple of months to fix it. Let's not stress out too much. Like I'm not a fan of how everything's going. I'm not a fan personally of how I've got to wait longer for my refund than some of you Americans. But the fact is, we've got until January 18th until we can really start complaining that this hasn't worked out right, because they are meant to pick everything up that messes up on the back end. They've already said that, so we've just got to. I mean. Yeah, I say have faith in Google. I don't want to have faith in Google. But for now, we've just got to cautiously accept and have somewhat faith. You know what I mean?
Right, and I get that. But you're also saying, well, they're saying this. They also said they weren't shutting Stadia down literally 15 minutes before they shut it down.
I agree with you there. We've got to cautiously pay attention to everything that they do and take. Yeah. I get what you mean.
I'm going to talk to you from a position of working with Google. I work in the mobile telecoms industry. I've worked closely with Google. I've got contacts at Android and what have you. When it comes to something like this that requires them to earn and keep customer faith, they don't mess it up.
Yeah,
it will be slow. It will have issues. But they won't mess it up.
Yeah, there might be some bumps and some problems, but they got till January to figure it out.
I know. I had somebody else reach out to me that instead of refunding them, they actually had their debit card frozen because Google decided to charge them again for all of their Stadia purchases. And I was like, oh.
It's going to be a manual process as well. This is something we've got to realize. There are humans involved in this. Humans make mistakes. I've made mistakes where I've disconnected an entire company. Yeah, it happens. We all make mistakes. As long as they try to correct it and do everything in their power to pick that up and sort it out, as stressful and painful as that's going to be for an individual for that short time, it's all we can ask.
And for a lot of individuals, a lot of us, we've got a personal gripe, but so far there's a lot of personal gripe, and we can come together and complain about it, but still, it's personal gripes. We've just got to kind of accept it still right now. Give it a couple months, wait until another statement comes out and they go, well, January 18th isn't very possible. At that point, we can maybe get some pitchforks together and go, oh, fucking Google. But right now, let's cross our bloody fingers through how they've said.
So, Bryant from the Nerf Report on the 12th had tweeted out, spoke with Google support today. It sounded like I have to wait for an email from Google that details why each failed refund was rejected. Email estimated to arrive by EOTM, I'm assuming end of the month, which I don't believe Google on that one either, but that's just me. They did recommend reaching out to my bank to tell them I have authorized all refunds. So now he tweeted out 20 seconds ago, spoke with my bank whose exact words were, quote, we would never reject or decline a refund of any size. Thanks, Google. So Google can't even get their own words correct.
Irish banks and European banks would reject huge refund sizes. They would ask for it to be verified. So that's why they're asking that. They just it's a one size fits all response for the worldwide customer base that they have.
Yeah, they're just Control C. Let me get this statement written. All right, Control A, Control copy, and paste that into everybody. Now ship that one out there.
I don't know. If you're an American, I would be freaking happy right now because as a Canadian, I'm jealous AF.
Yeah,
you guys are getting a cent back. So you know what? Enjoy any dollar you're getting back because as a Canadian, I'm not even promised my refund. At least you're on the road to refunds. So goddamn, you're freaking lucky in the books. because...
What do you mean that you're not promised a refund as a Canadian? Like, you are still expected to get one, aren't you?
Google went and changed their refund page on November 9th. Who knows if they're going to change it again and be like, oh, thanks to Canadian laws, we can't give refunds. I don't know what's going to happen, but at least as an American, you have some assurance that you're getting refunds back.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to take the point away that Canadians should panic because they are promised a refund. Let's take the point away that Americans should be happy because most of them are starting to get their refunds right now. I just want to clarify that there.
Well, I can understand all the concerns everybody's having. It's like, you know, like you got a card here, you got a card there, this, there, that, where, credits.
Because Google's not communicating anything.
Yeah.
They give you
when
random,
has any corporation ever communicated well?
I know.
Well, we already know.
But the difference is when it comes to Google, they're already on the hot seat. Like their PR, they should just give up at this point with PR because they keep everything they do. They keep effing up constantly. Yeah. They contradict everything they've said. They keep going back on, or they modify or adjust or change constantly. And then there's complete read the fact. That's all we can say. We got no other words. Like I swear to God, everything I'm watching it's like they're politicians now. U.S. politicians, I should say. Because that's what it's like watching U.S. politicians. And I don't want to get political, but that's exactly what it's looking at. Like they can't keep their own stories straight.
Well, that was a huge issue with Twitter, right? Their employment base. Did you know that 99% of Twitter employees identified as Democrat? I mean, you just can't run a company in America with 99% Democrats. You need to diversity to get some sort of diversity in there. That's why it's blue. I realize that's why so many things are going wrong with it. I feel.
Oh, no wonder.
But at the same time, it's a private company. It is a private company. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Now it's a private.
It was beforehand. It was a private company. They could do whatever the hell they wanted.
They did have a board.
It had a board, but every private company has a board.
Right, and not that they.
Google has a board. They're a private company. They don't respond to the U.S. government. They don't respond to the UK
but how
government.
Are you going to claim to be the town hall of the world and have 99% Democratic employees? It doesn't vibe. You're not going to get the perspective you need to accomplish your main goal as a company.
Yeah. To be fair, the only person who's ever claimed that was Musk before he bought it.
I've heard Jack Dorsey say that.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you? I've not.
Well, I mean,
and that's another thing you got to remember.
He was a Democratic wheel for.
And this, folks, is why I don't talk politics ever.
Yeah.
I was going to say, let's not get too off the track here, fellas.
Look, the point of this was I thought I jumped in so we could pick on Google and the dumpster fire that is Twitter.
It's all falling apart, man.
Look, the fact is, I'm in America. It's my money, and damn it, I want it now.
Well, now that you're here, Ben, how do you feel about the YouTube round update?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Everything's round.
I mean,
can I give my 2 cents on that first?
The devil comes in corners.
In corners.
I have no issues with the roundness. I just want my red subscribe button back. Like, it can stay the same shape as it is now. I just want it to be red.
Right, so you stand out a little bit.
Squids, I was waiting to see if someone was going to get that reference. I was waiting. Damn it. I was waiting.
Oh, I didn't even catch you say that.
I know. That's why I was hoping somebody would catch it.
This is why we have squids in chat.
I know.
Is that like an American commercial or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've had this explained to me, Rudy, because it's actually it's basically a meme now to you Americans, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it was a very catchy theme, commercial. And because they used like opera singers, and then it was always changing the different. Yeah, literally that's all it was. The whole song was literally just saying that phone number.
So Wilson, what I'm hearing is they saw Go Compare.
I was going to say the Go Compare guy, bro. It's the Go Compare guy all over again. Go Compare, Go Compare.
But yeah,
Oh,
man.
my days.
Appreciate all you
Hilarious.
guys joining me. You guys, let's start with Bet. Bet, what you got going on? Let the crowd know where they can find you and what you got happening on your channel.
Vet Cloud Gaming, Twitter, right now. I mean, because there's no other options where to communicate besides Discord. Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming are where I stream. I've got Horizon Zero Dawn scheduled for today, or some more Horizon Zero Dawn scheduled for today on Boosteroid Cloud Gaming.
Oh, sweet! It's such a good game.
Yeah, I
love all of the games, but damn it, Sony knows how to get any of these ones with stories. But I also never realized how quickly I would get hooked on it, and it also is open world, which is another one of my areas that I like. I will say that at some point I'll be adding some more family friendly games, kind of like John Scar does with some of his, because I just got accepted as a Outright Games ambassador.
Oh wow!
Congratulations, brother.
So I'll be adding.
Cool.
It's going to be weird because anybody that watches my content knows, and they actually reached out and they said, "We've noticed most of your streams are not family friendly, and we're a family friendly company." And I was like, I can adjust. I have done family friendly content before. It's very rare, but I can try to.
Yeah, it can happen.
I can turn off the filter and be like, all right, I'm going to be family friendly today. I can do it.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend you go subscribe to Vet Cloud Gaming's channel if you're not already. Go give them a follow. It's always a good time on your stream, man. Always.
It is. And
even if you're just there lurking, it's a good time. It really is.
Because eventually you won't be lurking anymore. You'll be actually watching, because somehow it turns. Sorry.
You say this. There's a time zone difference here, bro.
It is. And like I've actually been limited on the technical difficulties that were known for my channel. But I did show up on Purple Haze's stream, when she did her interview, and I brought my technical issues over there as well. So,
shout out to Purple Haze. Go check out that interview with her and Bet.
That was a lot of fun. And then I did afterwards. I rewatched it and I was like, "Wow, I am a train wreck no matter where I go." It was like I never realized, but after I listened back, I was like, God damn, no wonder I have issues.
Bro, if that is your brand, if that is how you roll, embrace it. Take the chaos. Become the chaos.
I started off doing just like, the family friendly, the old retro stuff. But after a while, the chaos kind of just took over, and literally people, that's what they knew me. They remembered me from was as a chaotic streamer. And I was like,
pinned to the chat, Jeff.
Well, F it. If that's how everybody knows me, I will just embrace the chaos, and I shall go forth and play games where I can just wipe out NPCs and they can't do anything about it until somebody creates a game where they fight back.
Yeah.
It's called God of War, mate.
I know. That was like when I play. I need to play that game. I really want to play that and the new Call of Duty that everybody's playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
I still got to get into those two games, but yeah. So that's where you guys can find me. Facebook Gaming, Cloud. There we do have the group and the Discord. It's Cloud Gaming United. We're open to pretty much everybody. If you're a cloud gamer, you're just a gamer. You are always welcome to join the Discord and the Facebook group if you aren't afraid of Facebook gaming. I mean, if you're wanting to leave Twitter for another dumpster fire, you can come on over. We're always open for it.
Plenty of flames for everyone.
Yeah.
Say into the frying pan and.
So Dorgon, tell the people where they can find you and what you're up to.
If you're not made of God of War Ragnarok this week, you can't find me anywhere. Otherwise, I'm Doragon86 everywhere around the internet. I'm currently working on 2 big reviews. One is for God of War Ragnarok, so I'm just wending my way through that and writing as I go. The other one is an in-depth thought on Halo Infinite. If you do like that one, you'll see my 2 scrapped scripts for it, one of which is 18 pages long on my Ko-Fi page once the video goes live.
And Rudigs, where can the people find you, and what are you going to be up to?
You know me, just gaming on some stuff. Rudigz, RUDIGGZ. You can type it into Twitter, YouTube. This Monday, I'll be back into PlayStation Plus, their cloud gaming service, into Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm continuing that gameplay. Then I'm back to gaming. Oh, it's after Sekiro, it's like such a great follow-up. It's such a different way of playing the samurai, but I'm loving it so far, and I can't wait to keep going through it.
I would advise you do lethal mode, because everything dies one shot, including yourself. Very different way of playing.
I'm playing it on hard right now, but I guess there's an even harder mode. Is that what you're talking about?
It's not harder, it's different. It's more risk-reward. Basically, everything's a one-shot kill, as it would be in real life, so your katana will just slice through the enemies, but if theirs touch you, you're also very, very dead. No matter what your health beforehand.
Yeah, it is a very high risk reward. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I like to play with my family, my brother and sister. We like to get together, play some Minecraft, some Fortnite, some family games. Catch us on Wednesday and Thursday, and then be gaming with Nads in the cloud on Tuesday and Thursday as well. Just any day, catch me 10 o'clock, and that's all.
Awesome. Yeah, be sure to check out Dorgon and Rudigs and Wilson, the 500-pound man, now proud owner of an Xbox.
Thank you very much to the community. I just want to shout out the community. That Xbox is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I wouldn't have it without any of you guys. Thank you.
What are you?
It's all right. You still don't have any games to play.
What are you going to be up to? Where can they find you?
Actually, that's also incorrect. Can I just shout out both Cowboy and Maker of Chaos, because they both purchased me a game to get me started on my Series X.
I suppose if you've not been there for years, you've got a back catalogue. I'll give you that one.
I have also got the Game Pass Ultimate, and bro, I think I've got access to over 500 games.
Yeah.
And only one you should be playing. Why are you not beating Elden Ring?
I love it. Over 500 games, but damn it, I still got nothing to play.
But you're going to be on SPG stream later, right?
Yes, I was going to say in an hour and 45 minutes, I'm going to be doing some Halo Infinite with SPG, and I'll probably, in about 8 hours and 45 minutes, be on Jeff's stream doing some, I think it's Wreckfest tonight, but I could be wrong. But either way, check out SPG and Jeff tonight.
Yeah.
When do you sleep, bro? It's 4:15 already. In 8 hours, it's ridiculous to clock in the morning.
That's why he's the 500-pound man.
No, I actually think he's not real. I think he's an AI. He is.
He is part of the metaverse.
Either that or he's actually just a robot. He's artificial intelligence. Come to life.
If this is Skynet, we're safe.
I was thinking like he's kind of like Data from Star Trek, but
Or this is Google's Lambada.
That's the one.
I am repulsed by all of that. I am the last person you'll find in the metaverse.
I didn't say metaverse.
Is what an
I said you were from like Star Trek. I said Android.
And that's coming from an Android, so.
So you should be wary, people. Watch out.
Well, damn. Appreciate you guys for joining the show. Thank you to everybody in chat. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, and we'll catch you next time, Friday. We'll be doing a show Friday. Peace out, guys.
Catch you later.